Hi and welcome to GESS International Preschool. Here you are in our preschool playground, which is a dedicated space for our children aged 2 to 5 going on 6 years old. And now we'll head over to our pre-kindergarten area. Now in this space we have a learning pod area which is used by all the pre-kindergarten classes. So it's a wonderful shared learning space. We have lots of toys and equipment that 2 and 3-year-olds can use, and it's also a space that's used by all the classes to come together. So they're not always in their homeroom, they do come out here and have cross-class playtime, inquiry time, and they do projects and work together here. So this is what our learning pod spaces are. We have a learning pod space for all our classroom clusters here at GESS International Preschool. So head over this way and I'll show you one of our pre-kindergarten classrooms. And then here we have one of the pre-kindergartens. This is dedicated classrooms for 2 and 3-year-olds. Come on in. So here is a special dedicated setup space for children that are aged 2 years old. So all the furniture is appropriate for 2 going on 3-year-olds. Even the sinks, everything is designed for our little children in mind. And of course we have all the hygiene measures here as well. So this will be home for the children for most of the days. They're homeroom based together with their teacher and their assistant teachers. Lots of stimulus, lots of interesting materials and lots of toys for children to inquire and play and learn how to share, learn how to interact, learn how to take turns, learn how to give feedback. So it's a real foundation for starting school. So we're going to head over into here, and here we have our dedicated toilet and nappy changing facilities here for our pre-kindergarten classroom. So it's an ensuite facility shared with another classroom over there, which is also pre-kindergarten. So head out here. And then here we have our pre-kindergarten playground. So this is a space, this is just reserved for our children aged 2 and 3 years old. The space that you saw earlier is used by all of preschool. So we have safe, dedicated area and connected to all the classrooms. So the children will come out here several times during the day and have their outdoor playtime in this safe space. So we have climbing activities, we have the sandpit area, and then just a little bit over there we have a water play area for the children to explore with the water. It's covered, so when the sun's shining the children are protected from the sun, and it's, as I said, it's only 2 and 3-year-olds that will be using this space in our pre-kindergarten grade. So let's head on back and we'll go visit kindergarten now. So we'll go via the playground, which really is the heart of preschool. It's where certainly kindergarten and pre-primary students spend a lot of their time and a lot of their day. It's a super fun place, lots of exciting areas for children to explore and to engage with. Here we have our canteen. So the preschool canteen is brought from the main canteen down here, and the lunch, the hot cooked lunch, is included in the school fees. So the canteen will bring the food down here, and the children eat together with their class and with their teacher and assistant teachers and with their friends. Here we have our outdoor play area. So we have a super fun sand play area here together with our water play areas. So this is where we start founding young engineers, playing with the sand, learning how it interacts with water. We also have a water play area over here. And then one of my favorite areas here, the bicycle track. So we have tricycles here in preschool that the children can use, and we teach them how to use them safely together with their friends. And then finally we have our outdoor sports area for preschool here. So we have a little soccer football pitch over here. Okay, so if you follow me, we'll go see the other exciting areas of our outdoor play areas. Everything is very safe, so we have special flooring on here to protect our children. And actually this preschool playground is an award-winning playground. We won an award for our design here. It's designed for kids to run around, play, be active, learn coordination, learn their gross motor skills in a very safe environment as well. It's also where we teach them to take a few risks in a safe environment. So climbing up here is a great way to learn a little bit about taking risks, but obviously, as I said, with the safety measures here. Let's go into nature. So one of the great things about this preschool is we're actually surrounded by nature, as well as having nature in the preschool. So just on the other side of the school is Dairy Farm Nature Park, and our preschool students will often visit the nature park as part of their outdoor learning sessions. So over here we have the sensory gardens. If you follow me, watch out for the plants. This is an actual live garden, and the children will come here and learn how to sort of look after plants, what the different plants are, all in the safety of the preschool playground. So this space will be used by children age, well, basically starting from kindergarten 1, so that's 3 years old, 4 years old and 5-year-olds. They will be using this space. For our primary students, which at our school is grade 1, so that's 6 years old, they have another playground in a separate part of this campus here. And here we have some more wonderful outdoor learning spaces as well. Just kind of explain sort of practicalities. Each cluster, each area of the school has toilets dedicated for children, so there's no adults allowed inside, and they're all child size, so they're designed for 3, 4 and 5-year-olds. Okay, so our kindergarten, we have 8 classrooms clustered together around a learning pod. And kindergarten at GESS, that's 3 going on 4 years old in our kindergarten 1 program, and then 4 going on 5 years old in our kindergarten 2 program. As I mentioned earlier, each classroom area has a learning pod area, and each one has a slightly different theme. This is our drama pod area. So children will come here and do drama together, to do big projects together. As you can see, if you just look over here, so each classroom cluster, certainly for pre-kindergarten and kindergarten, has mattresses. So after lunch, certainly for the younger children, they will take a nap in the class, and we have all the mattresses set up here. So you just need to bring in a blanket and a pillow from home. Here we have the seahorse classroom. So this is K1. So this is 3 going on 4 years old, and this is a dual immersion classroom. So dual immersion is where we have both a German and an English teaching team. So for example, on Monday it will be the English teaching team that come in and do activities and lessons with the children, and then on Tuesday the German teaching team comes in and does lessons with the students. So each day it alternates, and over pretty much 2 weeks children will get 50% of both languages here. I love these classrooms, so much different to school when I went to school many years ago. Some children like to sit on the floor, some children like chairs and tables. It's a super flexible learning space, and it's kind of centered around the child, and that's very much kind of one of the main principles of GESS preschool. So our preschool here is level 1 and level 2. As I said, it's a special space, it's only for preschool children. Mind the door. So there's only children ages 2, 3, 4, 5 going on 6 that will be using this space. Above us actually is secondary school. Over here we have our first aid, dedicated first aid room for preschool. So there is always a preschool nurse on duty when the children are here. But yeah, as I was saying, above us is the secondary school, so levels 3 to 6 and a little bit over there. And then on the other side of this campus is the primary school and the sports block. So for preschool, it really is like a school within a school. The children are in the self-contained preschool area, super safe, super well supervised. When there's break times, when the children are out here playing in the morning or after lunch, there are always teachers and assistant teachers that are monitoring the children and supervising the playtime. On level 2, this is where you'll find all the specialist classrooms, but we also have a grade section over here called PrePrimary. So PrePrimary is the last grade before children move on up into primary school. And here you can see their learning space, which is actually a maker space. Let's go and have a look. It's the beginning of their kind of time in PrePrimary. They're taught how to use all the tools that we have here, all the maker space tools. And then they learn how to use this independently. See here, traditional tools, building blocks, and This is a super space as well. You see some fantastic projects here. Last semester, this whole area here was transformed into the jungle. Previously, before that, we had a spaceship that the children designed. It's also a great way to introduce concepts like math. So, for example, for the spaceship, the children had to measure how big the spaceship needed to be. So they were using their hands to measure out and then kind of decide how big that spaceship needed to be. Okay, so in this corridor, we have all the specialist classrooms. So we have an early intervention specialist here that helps children with some of their learning and development needs. Over here, we have a preschool library. This is one of my favorite spaces in the whole of preschool. So here we have this wonderful learning space with our children will come here usually once a week, sometimes more, depends on what they're doing in class. We have a dedicated library teacher, so a qualified library teacher. And we have some fantastic books, both in German as well as in English somewhere as well. Yeah, as you can see here. Books in English, books in German, and we also have some other books in other world languages as well. Some of our students, certainly the older ones, they can also borrow some of the books. So their student ID card is a library card, and the children can borrow the books, borrow one book and take it home. So you can see just behind you, we have our specialist learning language classroom, So for children that are studying in the English stream, they will have a few lessons of German a week. And for students studying in the German stream, they will have a few lessons of English a week. So we offer, hi Jude, we have 3 language streams here in kindergarten and pre-primary. We have German, we have English, and then we also have dual immersion, which is with the 2 teaching teams. Actually, we just got one more space we need to check out, which is our music room. So let's go over this way. And just coming in here. So here we have our music room. So lots of different instruments for the children to discover, explore, and play with. And this is also how we introduce the second language. So perhaps in kindergarten, for the children in the English stream, they will learn a German song. So that's how we start to build up the language, to build up the vocabulary. These are all the artwork that our students actually created. It was connected to a unit of inquiry, so the students will study 4 themed units each school year. All the work here you can see here on the walls was all produced by our preschool students, including this paper mache statue over here as well. Welcome to our fine art room. And here students get to interact with a variety of different materials. We have a clay oven over here, and they'll be using paint, pencils, colouring pencils, many different kinds of materials as well. All right. See, fun space as well, plenty of paint on the wall. So our final space, and it's all packed up for the day, but here we have our preschool kitchen. So this is used by the students. It's not used by our catering department. They have a separate canteen. But this will be used for the cooking specialist lesson that we have each week. And it's also used for after-school cooking as well. So we have a after-school program. So there's a different activity each day, or sometimes 2, that students can choose from. And one of the most popular ones is cooking that they will do here for the cooking CCA. Cooking as a specialist lesson is also another way that we introduce, say, maths by doing subtracting or addition of ingredients. Again, everything is both child-proof and child height, so all the equipment, all the materials is safe for children, but also at an appropriate size for small children as well. Okay, so let's head on out. Thank you very much. So that is the GESS International Preschool. It's our lovely campus dedicated just to our youngest members of the community. My name's Julian. It's been a pleasure taking you around our preschool today, and I hope to be able to see you soon. Bye.